Hello, my name is Madison. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Italian culture. I myself am Italian. I don't personally know when my specific Italian ancestors came to the United States. I think it was around my great grandfather or great great grandfather's generation, but I honestly don't know for sure. As far as the general Italian culture, when they came to the United States, around 4 million immigrants came to the United States around 1880 to 1924. Now, this what they were seeking, they were basically fleeing poverty. Southern Italy and Sicily, which Sicily is a small island to the west of Italy, were very poor back then. So a lot of them fled here to try and make some money, get a job, have housing that was substantial for their families. Poverty was a big issue back then, as it was around the world, but that's why a lot of them came here. Um, as far as health condition or important things that a healthcare provider should know, I think the biggest thing healthcare providers should be aware of for any culture is how a specific culture communicates. Now, Italians, it's a full body conversation when you're talking to an Italian person. They use large hand gestures, large body movements to communicate what they're talking about. They also speak very loudly. And a lot of times here in the United States, we um, pair loud voices with an upset person. Someone's angry, someone's upset with us. However, loud voices in Italian culture is just they're getting their point across. They're excited. They're wanting to communicate with you. A lot of times Italians speak over each other to try and get their points across. So loud volumes don't necessarily mean that they're upset with you. A lot of another important communication piece that healthcare providers should know is personal space is a lot smaller in Italian cultures. I know I personally value my personal space, and if someone's talking in my bubble, I'm not a fan. But with Italian cultures, they talk very close to each other. Personal space is not really an issue for them. So that can be an important thing for healthcare providers to know as well. Another important thing for healthcare providers to know is what kind of health history that Italians could have. Now, cardiovascular disease is probably the biggest condition causing higher mortality rates. It's around 40% of what causes deaths among Italians. Cardiovascular disease, meaning heart attack, stroke, those kind of things like that. Aside, next up from cardiovascular disease is going to be cancers. And then lung cancer is the biggest type of cancer, the most popular, not most popular, most common type of cancer among Italian culture. Um, Now, in Italian culture, their smoking, obesity, things like that is significantly lower than here in the United States. Um, Therefore, they don't have a lot of the same health issues that we do, or the health issues that we share. That smoking, obesity is not necessarily as high causing those factors. Um, so yes, another thing that's pretty common there, the condition related to aging, Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that are significantly um, what's the word I'm looking for? The rates of people being diagnosed with Alzheimer's, dementia are increasing substantially. So let me share my screen here and show you my visual aid. So this is from the World Health Organization. Um, Basically, it's showing cardiovascular diseases is the most popular or most common. Why do I keep saying popular? The most common cause of death. And obviously, you can see here it's more common for women than men, which is also characteristic here in the United States as well. And then cancer is the next one. And then you can see this nervous system, which would be your Alzheimer's, your dementia, things like that. And then there is another graph here that shows kind of the breakdown of a further breakdown of this chart. But ischemic heart disease, that's going to be your heart attack, and then stroke. Other heart diseases, large plaque buildup, stuff like that. That's what's going to be this other heart diseases. But I really liked this from the World Health Organization because it's a nice graphic, has a nice breakdown of what the common causes of death are. So I really liked this visual aid here. So then one more thing that I kind of found interesting was kind of their food. Obviously, I'm a big pasta lover. A lot of people are. And when you think of Italy, you think of pasta. And I know a lot of people think, oh, pasta is the only thing Italians eat. However, most Italians have a very well balanced diet. Most families eat around 3 meals a day, a light breakfast. Lunch, you're going to have pasta with, meat, veggies, something like that. Kind of a smaller lunch, and then dinner is going to be your biggest meal, which you'll have a soup or some kind of pasta with veggies and meat and cheese. And then I found this was interesting. After every lunch and dinner, you're gonna end the meal with some fresh fruit. So everyone's incorporating fruit, veggies, carbs, all that kind of stuff, proteins, to really have a well-balanced meal for each meal. So I found that was very interesting, which was also a great sub point to obesity is a lot lower in Italy than it is here in the United States. And maybe that's because they have more well-balanced diets. I don't know. But thank you very much. Have a great day.